Now, the cynics among you will probably call it soccer washing, but what's transpired during the 2026 World Cup in the US goes way beyond some lame government-sponsored attempt to reposition the red, white, and blue in a more favorable light. What we're beginning to witness is a renewed groundswell of warming up to the American people and the ideals of America at a time when the American brand is not doing so well. It didn't require the brainpower of brand strategy to come up with some clever and masterful manifesto or some inspired visual design to ignite the imagination. And it did not necessitate the investment of billions of dollars to deploy advertising campaigns across global media touchpoints. No, this exercise in repositioning America was a masterful stroke of genius, and it was completely spontaneous and organically crowdsourced. To be sure, municipalities across the U.S. did a great job in converting the football fields of one sport into the football pitches of another. Stadiums everywhere were filled to the brim with adoring fans, and the logistical nightmare of hosting a continent-wide event seemed to come off without a hiccup. But the bigger story here unfolded on a different and infinitely larger playing field, the playing field of public opinion. All at once, social media became a platform for citizens of the world to revisit what they thought of America as a concept, as they came face to face with America as an elaborate patchwork of people and culture. And what they found was often as simple as it was surprising. One prevalent theme was that ordinary Americans became the country's most persuasive ambassadors. Uber drivers enthusiastically recommending local restaurants. Strangers inviting football supporters of all nations to barbecues or buying them beers. People extending invitations to join them on their boats or in their homes after matches. There was the cultural diversity and cuisine variety, all experienced in generous portions. Texas barbecue, New York delis, roadside waffle houses, Nashville country music, New Orleans jazz, and Broadway musicals. Then there was the jaw-dropping largeness of scale that most European Asian visitors had never encountered, from Walmarts and Costco's to stadium parking lots and pickup trucks, to the vastness of American highways and the romance of open roads, which have become such a driving theme of so much American music. And finally, the conclusion that despite the fact that there was no one real America, there was a unifying sentiment echoed repeatedly by visitors from Europe, Latin America, and Asia, who described Americans as unexpectedly warm, curious, and welcoming. Bottom line, there's a lesson here to be learned for any troubled brand trying to cope with a tarnished legacy. Instead of forcing a contrived top-down positioning fix, look instead to be more genuinely engaging with people at all touch points through the values, beliefs, and behaviors that defined your brand in the first place. Because sometimes the concept of make brand great again just isn't relevant. All you really need is some good old-fashioned grassroots interaction to help your audience rediscover the true value of what thrives naturally just beneath the surface.